Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and welcome back to another episode in my Hidden Gems series where I cover a batch of records that are a little bit more obscured, overlooked, or have a cult following. And today we're going to talk about the second full-length album from the California experimental band Sweet Trip, Velocity, Design, Comfort. Sweet Trip were a band that were active in the mid-90s to the early 2000s, and they released 3 studio albums. But when it comes to Sweet Trip, this album is the one in my opinion. The band is spearheaded by songwriter and producer Roberto Burgos, who does seem to have an asphyxiation on a lot of influential genres that came out of the 90s. Because since this album's original release in 2003, it's developed somewhat of a cult following on the internet via word of mouth. And it's easy to see why after listening to this record, as it melds together 2 of the most influential genres that came out of the 90s, shoegaze and IDM. Yes, you heard this right. This album is almost like a meme, but it's a crossroads of those 2 genres, almost like you took My Bloody Valentine and Autechre and put them into a blender. If you've never heard this record before and you're just hearing it nowadays, some of the ideas on this record could come off a little bit obvious, as it does pull from the most appealing elements of both respected genres. You have like the huge, fuzzy, Wallace sound guitars and breathed lead vocals that call out to like Slow Dive or My Bloody Valentine. And that's mixed with some very clear and digitized sounds and textures that you'd hear coming off of like an Aphex Twin or a Square Pusher album even. And the way that these tracks are structured are not necessarily conventional in the sense of rock. They kind of bring you through this odyssey that shapeshifts and changes unexpectedly. I mean, almost to the point of it being gimmicky, like on the track Fruitcakes and Cookies. Like how its plucked strings and staticky intro shifts and changes into what sounds like a lullaby that's being eaten up by a computer virus or something. All of this starkly transitions into what sounds like a long-lost 90s shoegaze pop anthem to carry the track out. And across this entire LP, you're carried through this odyssey that has tons of cool textures, but also some really endearing melodies that pop at times too, like on the track Disco. Now, I'm not going to sit here obviously and go through each track by track. I think that would be kind of boring. And I mean, overall, I think this record is just really fun to listen to. It's not too often that you come across a record that's combining these types of genres in this way. Thankfully, it is pretty readily available to seek out and stream. It is on Spotify and on Apple Music. And also, like, tons of these tracks are on YouTube if you don't have any of those services. And another reason why I wanted to shout this record out is the record label that originally released it, Darla Records, is putting it out on vinyl for the first time ever. And these are shipping now. I'm going to have links down below in my description box to the web store. I highly suggest grabbing one of these if you have the means to, or at least seeking this record out and giving it a shot if you've never heard it before. And if you have heard this Sweet Trip record before, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thank you for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like and share. And if you want more content from me, hit that subscribe button. Peace.